Yo, what's going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're talking about Boruto episode 122. Now, this was an episode that, if I'm 100% honest, didn't reach the high expectations which I gave it. Now, as always, I'm going to give you guys my honest, 100% transparent feedback on the episode after we take a look at what you guys had to say. But I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with what I said. A lot of people are going to label me a hater, whatever. I'm just going to be 100% honest as we talk about things such as Kankuro's death, Urashiki's return, Boruto and Shinki's relationship. All these things, I'm really excited to talk about them and hear what you guys have to say and see if they are in line with my opinions on what's currently happening. Straight away, I can see that 52% of you, of over 100 people, said it was a 5-star episode. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to give it a 3, and we'll go into why after I've had a look at what you guys had to say. So, Aaron Gwillan says you can't name the episode Puppet Battle and hardly show a puppet battle. The episode was a drag. If this was Kankuro's actual death, it's probably one of the worst deaths I've seen in anime. It's like the anime is trying to make people hate the show. Now, that is very, very harsh criticism. But I agree with part of it. I don't think they're purposely trying to get people to hate the show. I mean, that's just counterproductive by every sense of the definition. However, I do agree with Kankuro's death, and I suppose now's a good time for me to talk about it. Kankuro is not dead. There is zero way in hell Kankuro is dead. We've all seen plenty, I'm talking plenty, of shonen anime. Okay, we've all seen shonen. We know straight away Kankuro's not dead. And so, straight away, I don't think that scene was very good, because even if he is dead, the same outcome, okay? It's not very good because it's supposed to be creating suspense and making us sort of think, oh, Kankuro's dead, and for him to probably have some sort of big reveal in a few episodes' time or towards the end of the arc. Maybe he'll try and come in and save someone, and then the audience is supposed to all be like, wow, he's not dead, he came back and saved the day. But it's not going to have that effect because he's going to come back and everyone's just going to be like, yep, I knew he wasn't dead. And then, on the other side of that, if he is actually dead, and that was his death, my God, it was tragic. It was awful. He doesn't deserve a death that bad. That was like filler character level death. Sekie's death from the Mitsuki arc was 100 billion times more impactful on that, and we'd only known that guy for like 20 episodes. Kankuro's been here for like 15 years. So if that was the death, like I said, which I don't think it is, because we've all seen shonen, we know he's not probably going to be dead. But if that was his death, hypothetically, that was tragic. KSF Superstar sort of actually follows up on what I just said by saying, hey there, this episode was great. I really enjoyed it, but it's quite obvious Kankuro's not dead. Maybe just pretending so we can deliver a surprise attack. Anyway, I just want to see Urashiki's purpose in all of this. The one thing we need to understand is the Otsutsuki clan. We still know nothing about them. Too many members and little information. Plus Kara. Why is there a Kara? Answers we desperately need. Now, straight away on what you said about Kankuro, I think that's a perfect example. We all know Kankuro's not dead. We all know he's going to deliver a surprise attack or whatever it is. And because we know, and it's so clearly obvious, it loses the impact. This surprise attack isn't going to be much of a surprise attack. His death didn't carry any weight to it because we all know it's not his actual death. It was way too obvious. Now, I think people could probably complain about it either way. I don't think they set themselves up for any winning scenario in this case, because having it like this, it's so predictable that he's not dead. People complain about how predictable it is, like me right now, like this idiot on your screen right now. If he was given a proper big send-off to trick people into thinking it, just to then come back later on, people would be going, it's an ass pull. It's an ass pull. There's no explanation. We saw him die, so yeah, I can understand. Sudapari are in a tricky situation, and I do feel sorry for them because, like you were saying, how we need to know about the Otsutsuki and we need to know about Kara. We all know, as much as we'd like to know, we all know we're not going to learn about that in this arc because that's what the manga does. I've said it to many people time and time again. The anime is DLC for the manga. Okay? It's a DLC. It's a season pass. You need the season pass for the manga. That's the anime. It's just extra content, which, to be honest, you don't really need. You can just read the manga. I've got a friend who just reads the Boruto manga. There's other people I've spoken to on Reddit and Twitter who just read the manga. And they're fine. They get on with it and it's sorted. And every now and again, they might be able to watch an anime-only episode and be like, oh, this is cool. It sort of adds in a little bit extra to what's going in the manga. Didn't need it, but I'm not going to frown and say it's bad. That's sort of what the anime is, and because it's just DLC, it can't take away what the manga's going to do. The manga is clearly going to expand on Kara. It's not the anime's job. The anime can't do that. The anime can't explain what Kara is in this arc before the manga does. It wouldn't work. Same for the Otsutsuki clan. The Otsutsuki clan is likely to be dived into much more in the manga. We may get the odd little bit in the anime, but nothing major. The one thing, however, that we do need to learn in this arc, which we obviously, and I want to learn it by the end of the next episode, because I think now that Urashiki's had this big return, I think the next episode's called Urashiki's Return. I want to know now his goal. We need to know his goal, because we know he's after Shukaku, and he said something when he first fought Sasuke, something about the big main event. What is that main event? What does he want? Now, I've seen some people, and I could somewhat see it, saying that he doesn't actually want Shukaku. He's just doing it as sort of like a smokescreen to get to Boruto, because we know from the end of episode 66 in the Momoshiki arc, Urashiki wants to get rid of Boruto. Boruto poses a threat towards them, whoever them are, whether it be Kara, Otsutsuki, his own little organisation, we don't know who that is. We need to know about that. If it is the Otsutsuki clan, he needs to say it's the Otsutsuki clan. If it's the Kara, he needs to leave an open-ended scenario when this arc finishes that foreshadows Kara. We've had a Kara foreshadowing already in the anime. It's one of the things I really heavily praised the anime for, and I think they need to do a little bit more with some of the other characters, such as Tento, Ao, all these people. Is they've had foreshadowing Kara in the Momoshiki arc with Kashikoji appearing behind Katsusuke. We've had Orochimaru saying, "Oh, this technology, who could do these?" I think when you were talking about the Akuta in the Mitsuki arc and how the scientist's body randomly disappeared, that was obviously foreshadowing Kara as well. So that's what Urashiki needs to do. But if he's actually after Boruto and he's trying to smokescreen to lure Boruto out by going after Shukaku, why is he going after Shukaku? That's what I want to know. That's why I need to know what his goals are. Because, and I was saying to a few people, what if Urashiki doesn't lose in this arc? What if he actually wins at the end of this arc? He takes Shukaku. I think that would be incredibly interesting. If his goal obviously is to get all the tailed beasts. Because not only does that create a scenario which you don't really expect. When the villains win in an arc, you sort of think, hold up, this isn't how it's supposed to go. That's not right. That's no. So I like that. And then if he is after going after the other tail beast, that's another 8 anime original arcs potentially lined up. Now I don't think they'd go into full 8. They'd probably cut out some of the tail beasts like they did in Naruto with the Akatsuki. They're not going to have an arc for every tail beast. It's a bit boring. But I think we can have other arcs. How obviously in this arc he's going after Shukaku. We've got Shinki and all the other Sand Ninja we're learning more about that we haven't seen since Chunin exam. I think if we have one maybe even going after Isobu, the Three Tails, we could then see Boruto teaming up with the likes of Shizuma, Kagura. We can introduce them back into the story, trying to fight off Urashiki and his puppets and whoever he has who is them. And then we could have ones with B. He could be reintroduced and Boruto could meet B and all those could meet B. And while they're going after the Eight Tails, all of that type of stuff, I think that there's potential for that. But like I said, we need to know what Urashiki's goal is before all of that. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do a few more of these comments because I quite like, rather than me just reading out your comments and leaving it as that, I like to interact more with your comments. I think these reviews, I'm now going to sort of have them more off the cuff, less scripted, and just sort of having a conversation with you guys based on what you comment down below. Now, I'm not going to be able to go through every comment, same as always. because you guys are just too great in that sense that you leave too many comments. But keep leaving your comments, and I will come to them. I'm trying to switch up each comment each week. Try and keep them as short as possible, and try and keep them to just 1 or 2 points, so it's a bit easier to have a little conversation between us. But talking of keeping them short, we've got, and I'm gonna mess this name up. We've got, let's try this one. Jet Jaguar Luna Rice Fangs, I think. Just says, quite simply, I need far more action. And I think, and some people, when I say there wasn't enough action, people say, you're just an action tard, or whatever the label that is being thrown around is. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think we can all sit back and agree, okay? All of our favourite moments, from Boruto specifically, they are all to do with fights. 9 times out of 10. The Momoshiki fight. Most of the good stuff in the Mitsuki arc, for example, towards the end, where it was just fights, that was when the Mitsuki arc was at its peak. The Inoki death wasn't great, but the fight including him was. Sakura versus Shin, good fight. A lot of the popular moments are fights. So it goes to say that action, people seem to like put a negative thought over anyone who says they want more action, because I'll be 100% honest, I do want more action, and I've been sort of let down so far with the fights that we've had in this arc. The Urashiki versus Gaara fight was good, but it was like, what, a minute, 2 minutes max? The puppet battle in this, like someone said earlier, you can't even put a puppet battle and have half of it Boruto and Shinki fighting, because not even proper fighting, just arguing, being petty with each other, because there's not really any puppet battle going on. So yes, I do agree, I do want more action, because action often comes with emotion, and that, in my opinion, with shonen, is good storytelling. And then I'm going to finish off the last comment from you guys with Adrian Gello Tianchon. Again, another name I've probably absolutely butchered. But the dialogue between Shinki and Boruto and Tamari were very meaningful. Plus, Shukaku telling about Boruto how Naruto changed Gaara is unexpected. The fight of Kankuro is decent, but should have been better if you used Sasori's puppet. Now, I'm glad that someone's bought this type of stuff. So, Shinki and Boruto. I can move into this now. And also, Shinki's been likened to Gaara by Shukaku. Now, that's nothing wrong with Shukaku because he didn't really know Kakashi, but I think, and I've seen other people say this, that Shinki is far more like old Kakashi. And I feel like in this instance, they're sort of trying to create some form of parallel where Shinki is young Kakashi, the mission-obsessed, got to play by the rulebook, obsessed character. Boruto is the Obito. And Boruto even said words similar to Obito's, how you can't abandon your friends, to try and bring back Shinki. There's clear parallels there, and I enjoy it. I like Shinki's character, and I think when everyone says how Boruto's got something you don't, now that's either the ability to draw people in onto your side and make friends with them, that type of stuff, like Naruto's got, or it could just be something as simple as relaxing. Seeing the other side of things, thinking outside the box, sometimes go against the rules, that type of thing, because Shinki's clearly not like that. And then the last thing I want to comment about the whole Sasori puppet battle thing, I was really, really disappointed we didn't see Sasori. Now, I think Tamari said in this episode that Kankuro probably didn't take all of his puppets with them. Now, I can't remember what Kankuro was doing prior to this fight, but clearly Gaara and Sasuke were sent out fighting for... They knew what they were getting in for, because Tamari says, or Shikadai says, I'm surprised that they're taking this long, especially when it's Gaara and Sasuke. Something must have happened. Now, if that's the case, if they knew something potentially could have happened and Sasuke and Gaara were sent out to do something, why on earth would Kankuro, a ninja who lived through the age of war, not take all of his puppets with him? I can't get my head around it. It just seems like such plot convenience as to why he didn't take his puppets with him. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, like I said, I can't 100% remember what Kankuro was doing before he met up with Boruto and Shinki. But I can't think of many reasons why you shouldn't have Sasori. If he's got Black Ant and the other ones, Why doesn't he have Sasori? It's just a scroll of paper. It's a summoning. It's not that hard. I mean, maybe if he's going down to Tesco's to get his weekly dinners in, then I could understand, but he's a ninja who lived through the Age of War, so him not taking all of his puppets with him, it just seems very convenient in my opinion, and I wasn't a massive fan of it. But guys, thank you so much for that conversation. I've really enjoyed sitting down and talking about this. I prefer having more of a conversation with you guys. I'm going to make an update video on the channel soon because I'm sort of stuck in the mud at the minute about what I want to do. Because I've always wanted to make this channel more about me being the guy you guys can have a chat to about anime. Because we all know from experience myself that a lot of people don't have many people to talk about anime with or manga. And I wanted to act as that guy. So I like having a conversation with you guys. Like I said, all the other chapter, I'll do all this for all the stuff I cover, chapters, episodes of whatever it is. Make sure you keep an eye out for those community posts so you can make sure you get your voting and comments in so that we can have a chat about the next episodes, next chapters, all of this stuff. Black Clover Samurai 8, the lot. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already to become a member of the Senpai Squad. Leave all the thoughts and opinions on the episode and whatever I've had to say in the comment section down below. As always, I'd love to hear your guys' opinion, whether you agree with me or not. Just try and keep it civil. I'll be seeing you guys in another video, but until then, peace.
目指す場所とはまだ見ぬ定め近づいてくる決戦の時